Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. It's Friday, it's weekend, and I think it's holiday in Cebu. So uh, just relax and sit tight, on your own respective places. So we will be continuing our topic today on basic selling skills. So this will be our part 2. We had our part 1 yesterday. And to those na hindi po naka-join sa atin yesterday, you can actually review the video. It's actually in our YouTube channel. So just recap it and try to spend time listening to it so that idudugtong nyo po itong part 2. I think we will be able to finish the basic selling skills for 3 parts kasi medyo mahaba-haba to eh. But don't you worry because this is recorded actually and it will be posted in our YouTube channel. So you can review it anytime you want. And just make sure na you will be able to share it among your teammates, no? Among your downlines. Para they will be able to, kahit papano po, they will be able to keep track of the trainings we have. So hopefully, I think kasi marami-rami na rin po mga bago po na mga partners natin. And I think it's very timely, it's very important na ito po ay ma-share. No? It's very important na ma-share. We have a lot of training videos in our YouTube channel. The level 1, the level 2, this is the level 3 training actually, the basic selling skills, but it is actually divided into 3 parts. So if you have new recruits and we don't have live session, please let them watch the video training para at least it will help them get on board, no? Kahit wala po tayong face-to-face na session. Well, in fact, in Cebu, this coming September 24, they will be having a workshop in McDonald's. No? So if you are within the area, I highly suggest you attend the workshop. It's very important. No? The workshop is very important. It will help you start the business. It will help you learn the basics and the fundamental of the business. Of course, it will give you the bigger understanding of what is the business is all about. So if you are available, bring in your team to the workshop in Cebu. It would be in McDonald's Jones Avenue, right along Crown Regency Hotel. No, so please bring them there. It's very important that you are able to gather your team. So hopefully you will make yourself available at the same time kasi once a month lang po natin ginagawa yan eh. Yung workshop na yan, we are doing it once a month. At sayang naman if you can't be available. So I would like to really personally encourage na sana you will be available. I know na marami po kayong mga ginagawa. I know that you're also busy on a lot of things, but I would like to ask this from you personally na hopefully you will make yourself available on September 24. That is actually Saturday at 2 p.m. in McDonald's Jones Avenue in Cebu, right along Crown Regency Hotel. Within that same time, we are also having a lot of seminars across different places. We have one in Davao that will be on September 23. We have September 25. We have in CDO. I have one actually in Bacolod at the same time around October 8. And there's a lot more actually going around. And if you're monitoring your Facebook walls or your group chats in messengers, we've got a lot of promos actually na pinalabas po natin. If you are a BDM listening right now, the BDM program or the BDM incentive is already out. The top seller incentive is already out. What else? The advertisement on Summit is already out. I still have 2 or 3 more incentive program that would be out within the week. No? may special incentive din po akong ginagawa right now for places like Cagayan, Davao, Dumaguete, Bacolod, and the NCR region. So I have a special incentive program that I prepared for you guys. No, I'm just waiting for its approval. No, and the moment it's done, I'm gonna send it out to you so that you will be able to participate in those incentive programs. At aside from that, tuloy na tuloy pa rin po yung incentive program natin for Palawan. Ang cut-off date po niyan is October 30. So you can still catch up. There are still a lot of ways to really be able to catch up, no? So ano talaga, banat-banat lang po muna. Kaya nating habulin yung papuntang Palawan. Maganda pong magsama-sama po tayo sa Palawan, no? Maganda po yung medyo marami-rami ang babiyahe ba, na? So, okay, let's get started. Now, yesterday we were talking about our role as a property liaison specialist. We make it clear, we make it black and white that the objective of, bottom line, no, the objective of Dppi is we want to be the best in serving our client. The reason why we want to champion customer service is because the nature of the business actually is not consumable, no? Not consumable. Let's say, for example, you buy a toothpaste, a shampoo. Pag ito po ay naubos na, you go to the store and buy another shampoo, another toothpaste, because it is consumable. Now, in the case of real estate, your client could probably isang beses lang bibili sa iyo ng property. In fact, you will be blessed if he's going to buy from you another property in a lifetime. So more or less, let us assume na ang isang buyer ay bibili lang sa atin ng isang beses with regards to property. So saan natin kukunin ang repeat business natin? Kukunin natin ang repeat business natin through the people na i-refer ng mga satisfied clients na meron tayo. Yung mga happy clients, because the happy clients na meron tayo, yung mga happy clients na nabigyan natin ng magandang serbisyo, they will be the same client that will give us more and more clients. So in short, nandoon po galing yung tinatawag natin na repeat business in this case. Kasi hindi naman consumable ang real estate property. Okay? So kailangan magaling talaga tayo sa customer service. No, yun po talaga yung kumbaga, we wanna be champion in those category, in those area. We wanna be known as the realty firm na magaling magserbisyo. Excellent, kumbaga. So that's the bottom line objective. Okay, so up ko muna tong slides and here we go. So today we will be talking about the sales process. Now, as much as it is easy to take a look at about selling, there will always be a science on selling. It is important that we understand the principle behind the selling process. Now, ikaw at ako, bawat isa po sa atin, totally have different style of, selling, because selling actually reflects our own individual character. If you are a type of person na medyo outgoing ka, you will be a madaldal type of salesperson. If you are an introvert type of person, you will be the type of salesperson na medyo tahimik lang pero swabe naman. So in short, selling will always reflect the kind and the nature of character we have. No, so in short, bottom line dito po, I'm not going to convert each and every one of you to become like me, because you will never be like me and I will never be like you. We will always be different in all forms and in all angles and in all categories. Iba-iba talaga po tayo. So what we are going to do is we will understand the process and we will apply our own character, our own nature, and our own style the moment we do on the business. Okay, so let's start. Let's make this one clear. In order to have an efficient and effective sales process, the property specialist must have the following communication tools. Communication is a vital ingredient in the process. Without communication, the client and the salesperson will never be able to understand each other. Hindi po sila magkakaintindihan. And in such a way, if that would be the case, hindi po tayo makakarating sa objective na ma-close ang sale. Bakit to? Because hindi tayo nagkakaintindihan. That's precisely the point. Now, today, we have a lot of available communication tools na meron tayo. Unlike before, when I started the real estate business, ang hirap po ng communication. Tapos ang mahal pa. During the time when I was literally starting up with a business, there's no Facebook, there's no Messenger. And calls during the time is medyo mahal kasi hindi pa ganun kauso yung mga unlimited calls and unlimited texts. Wala pang masyado doon. So what you're going to do with your phone right now is you're going to download Viber. Okay. The purpose of that is for international calls. There are countries that are really patronizing Viber, like in the European countries. They are patronizing more of Viber. Now, WhatsApp, you need to download it because there are countries that are using WhatsApp, like Malaysia, Singapore, Vietnam. They are WhatsApp countries. No, they are actually more inclined using WhatsApp than Messenger. Okay, we Filipinos are on Messenger. There are countries like Korea. They're using KakaoTalk. There are countries like Bangkok, Thailand. They're using Line. So iba-iba po, no? Iba-ibang country, they have their own kumbaga favorite communication platform. But on general, I would like to suggest you can have this, okay? Download nyo si Viber, download nyo si WhatsApp. Of course, may Messenger na po kayo. And very importantly, you need to have Zoom in your phone. Zoom is one of the vital communication tool right now na meron po tayo. It is because napakaganda po ang platform ng Zoom because you can do presentation, you can do the meeting, you can do the call. So, nandito na lahat and it's very clear. No, it's very clear yung communication, hindi scratchy. So, better have these in your phone. Viber, WhatsApp, Messenger, and of course, Zoom. Okay. Now, let me introduce you to the sales process. So, this is the process. The process we have is pabalik-balik lang po ito. In fact, this is a vicious cycle. Paikot-ikot lang po tayo. Now we have here closing, handling objections, we have site tripping, we have project presentations, we have qualify, and we have prospecting. Now, in the entire cycle, where do you think we all begin with? Sa cycle na yan, saan sa tingin nyo tayo mag-uumpisa? Okay. Of course, we are going to start with saan? Prospecting. No? Dito po tayo mag-uumpisa sa prospecting. Without prospect, wala po tayong magiging kliyente. Wala po tayong ma-close na sale without the prospect. That is the reason why we spend much of our investment in looking for leads. That's the reason why we use FB ads. That's the reason why we subscribe for Lamudi, subscribe for Carousel, subscribe for that property, make use of one property na platform, and a lot of online platform na ginagamit po natin. It is because we need these tools so that we will be able to gather more prospect that we will be able to sell our projects with. Now, always remember, prospecting can also be done on a person-to-person level. Yung mga kaibigan mo, kakilala mo, mga parents ng mga classmate ng mga anak mo, your acquaintances at church, your acquaintances sa mga party, they will still remain as your warm prospect or your warm market. Yung mga kakilala mo na ba, they will still remain your prospect. Yung mga KKK, kaibigan, katrabaho, kaklase, ka-golf, o ano pa, ka-basketball, ka-badminton, lahat na po nakakaka. Okay, KKK in short. Now, those still remains your prospect. However, eventually ma-expose po yun, mauubos po yun. And that is the reason why we are going to the online platform so that we will be able to get more fresh na mga prospect, fresh na mga leads. Okay? So don't take it or consider na ang isang prospecting tool ay isang expenses. Ang prospecting tools na meron ka is an investment on your business. Without such, your business will never run. Your business will never grow. We want to have more clients so that our business will grow. And if our business will grow, then definitely we're going to earn more. That's exactly the reason behind. That's the most logical explanation we're going to have. Don't be afraid to learn about Facebook advertising. Learn from those people who knew how to do it. Ask your uplines. Okay? Ask your upline. You attend workshops so that you will know how to answer questions if there are questions that will be raised by your clients. You will be able to know how to handle it. Okay? The key here is actually in the learning. The more you learn, the more you will know how to get those prospects. Okay? So it begins with prospecting. Now, your prospect remains as a prospect until you are able to qualify them. The moment you're going to qualify them, they will eventually become your leads. No? I actually separate between prospecting and becoming a lead. Prospecting is that's the time that you are actually randomly listing down all your possible leads. And those who will be able to qualify, those will be the one that you are going to consider as a lead. Lead in becoming a client. Okay? So, when you qualify, in the case of our business, in the case of the real estate business, the way we qualify is two things. Because this is actually applied as a loan most of the time. Our basis for qualification is only two parts. Number one, the person that will be entitled for a loan is a person that can present documents. Okay, listen. A person that can present documents is most likely a person that can process or apply for loan. Second, the capacity to pay. Okay, he may have the documents, but he may not have the capacity to pay. Okay, or should I say, yung bracket na pwede siyang maka-avail. Okay, gano'n na lang. Now, these are the things that you're going to ask to your buyers. These are the things that you're going to ask for your buyers so that you will be able to give to the buyer a kind of project that is fitting yung swak na swak talaga doon sa kliyente. Now, we will going to discuss that in the course of our training this morning. So, yun ay overview lang. Now, the moment you are able to qualify your buyers, you can now proceed presenting to your potential lead the project that you wish to offer. Okay? So, di ba, na-dissect mo na, nalaman mo na ito yung gusto niya sa lugar na to. Now, this time, you are now in the possession to present your project to your possible lead, possible client, I guess. Okay? Now, sometimes we do our project presentation simultaneously with site tripping. Pang-isahan na. Okay? We invite our client to go on a tripping so that we can show them the property and at the same time, we can present to them the project. Well, that is wise enough. Isang beses lang, isang gastusan, isang meetup, tapos pag nangyari na, reserve agad. Okay? So, project presentation and site tripping can be done simultaneously. And if there are things that is not yet clear with your lead, you will be able to handle those questions. No? That's the time that you're going to give answers to his never-ending questions if there are. Okay? So just be ready for the answers. Now, where are you going to get the answers? You are going to get the answers from the marketing department of every developers who has the information about the project. And if we do have BDMs, you can also seek for the assistance of our BDMs. When everything is clear on the buyer side, you may now proceed closing the sale. Ito na po yung mga pinaka-asam-asam natin na reservation. Diba? Papalakpak na, magko-congratulate na. Bakit ito? Kasi close na yung deal. Okay? So this is the entire process. I divided the process into the lead generation part. The other one is the sales presentation part. And the last one is overcoming objection na part. If we can address all of this in the entire process, high chances of closing the sale. Okay? Let's get started. Now, effective sales presentation. We understand that the moment you have the lead, it is important that you and I will be able to present the project effectively to our leads. Okay? Not just clearly, but effectively. So let's take a look at it. Now, what makes the 818 Premier Properties Incorporated best in class? Because we have a simple process all the PPI salespeople can use. Okay? We have a sales process that all the PPI member can use. Okay? What is this? I call it Dppi as well. Okay? Ang process natin ay nasa acronym na Dppi. That is the reason why it is easy to remember. It's easy to remember kasi tatandaan mo lang yan Dppi. Ito yung sales process namin. Okay? Now, let's take a look at it. Let's dive into it so that we will know kung ano ba ito talagang Dppi na pinagsasabi ni Sir Geoff. Okay? Here. Now, the purpose of this training is to build up the opportunity which clearly link to the client's needs and persuasively present the right benefit. Again, take note of the word. We will be able to give our client yung tamang benepisyo. The application is we demonstrate in the early stages of every sale our interest in the client's interest. So it's always about the client. Nakatutok po tayo doon po tayo nakikinig kasi it's all about the client. Our transaction is all about the client. It's not about us. It's about them. No, it's always about them. Then what would be the payoff? Of course, no? Receptive clients are willing to buy your ideas because they see the benefit in them. So what will happen if they are sold out to your ideas? Well, of course, they're going to buy the properties na ino-offer mo. Magre-reserve na yan. Okay? So, tingnan natin the first part. What are the client's needs? Ano ba yung kailangan ni kliyente? Kasi we keep on posting on Facebook. We keep promoting the projects na nakikita natin na maganda. But what exactly our buyers need? Ano ba yung kailangan talaga nila? Ano ba yung hinahanap talaga nila? So we start with classifying, no? Let's start and begins by classifying our clients' needs. Okay, ito po. Number 1, basic needs for a decent dwelling place. May mga kliyente po tayo dito na ang objective nila is maghanap sila ng bahay para doon na po sila titira. Okay, probably nagrenta siya and he wanted to move in a place na matatawag niya sa kanya. Or probably he's going to move to a much bigger and better location. No, kasi medyo maliit na ang bahay na to, sikip na sila and they are looking for a bigger and better properties perhaps. The second one are those people that are looking for property because they are going to invest their money in there and of course, they wanted to earn an extra income. Both are actually our clients, but we will handle both of them differently. Okay? Kasi iba-iba yung need. The other one wants to stay and settle within the property. The other one, it doesn't really matter kung ano yung property na yan, basta ang importante sa akin, kikita ako ng property na yan. So two types of people, the same objective na makabenta tayo, but they have different categories based and according to their needs. Okay? Let's start. Client needs create our opportunity. Yung mga need ni kliyente, it allows us to create our opportunity. Okay? Now, opportunity are always there within our needs. It's just that hindi lang natin masyadong pinapansin. I want you to understand that you need to be keen on taking notice of the client. Dapat keen po tayo doon. Because the more keen you are with the client, the more sensitive you're gonna be listening to the client. Hold on for a while, ha? Okay. So the goal here is we really need to identify our client's needs. And the way to do that is when you are going to make some interviews. You've got to ask the questions. Now, a lot of us kasi na nag-post sa mga social media channel, pag mayroong nag-inquire, we remain doon sa chat room or sa chat box. Chat, exchange of chats. Well, that, as much as it is good, as much as communication is done through that, but I still highly suggest that if possible, you got to call. Total, pwede ka naman tumawag sa Messenger, pwede ka naman tumawag sa Viber, pwede ka naman tumawag sa WhatsApp. Use all the needed platforms so that you will be able to call to your client at mag-usap talaga kayo. Kasi iba po, guys, ang effect pag nag-usap po talaga kayo kasi mararamdaman mo talaga kung ano yung kailangan ng kliyente mo. And you will never be able to identify the real need of the client unless you call. Kasi doon mo mararamdaman yung emotion eh. Ano ba talaga yung kailangan ni kliyente? Para ba matirahan niya? Ang i-offer ko ba na bahay, swak ba para sa kanya? Yung anak kasi niya, 3 sila eh. May boy, may girl, so I think kailangan sila ng at least 3 bedrooms siguro. So those are the things that you cannot sense if you are not actually talking with each other. Okay? So the best way to identify the needs of the client is actually when you call them. And that's where opportunities are created. Doon po natin nakukuha yung mga, doon po, in short, lalabas yung mga opportunities na meron po tayo. Overcome that fear in calling. Minsan kasi yun yung natatakot tayo eh. But I want you to overcome. In short, just do it anyway. No? As long as you do it, malalagpasan niyo po yan. Okay? Now, the PPI solutions are developed to match this opportunity. So gumawa po tayo ng proseso so that every opportunities along the way, we will be able to match with an equal, no? Every need of the client will be matched by an equal opportunity. So the DPPI sales presentation process is our standard. Ito po yung standard natin, way of presenting solutions to our clients. Remember here that the client has the problem and we do have the solution. We will come there not as a problem burden, but as actually a problem solver. We will be there to help them solve their problems. No? So taga-solve po tayo ng mga problema nila. Okay? So let's take a look at here, the buying and the selling process. Now, with the buying process, it begins with the needs and wants. No? So dito ka magtatanong, para saan ba yung gagamitin mo na property? Ito ba ay titirahan mo or ito ba ay pang-investment mo? Dapat ma-identify po yan. What are the specific location na gusto mo na located ang property mo? Kung ikaw ay manirahan ka, gusto mo ba sa isang tahimik na lugar o okay lang sa iyo na nasa gitna ka ng city? Kung ikaw ba ay maninirahan, kasama mo yung pamilya mo, ilan ba kayo? Ilan yung mga anak mo? Would a 3-bedroom unit house would be efficient and enough for you? So those are the things that you're going to identify in the process of interviewing. Okay? Now, on the selling process na part, because this is a parallel segment po to, nandito yung need ni kliyente at ikaw ngayon, ang role natin ngayon ay mag-identify kung ano ba yung talaga yung need talaga niya. Because sometimes, during the time na nag-inquire siya sa iyo, ay hindi pa natin na-establish yung need eh. Basta nag-inquire lang siya. Sumagot ka, binigyan mo siya ng information, but actually you really don't know kung ano ba talaga at saan ba niya gagamitin yung property na kukunin niya. So saan mo yan mai-explore? You will be able to explore that the moment you're gonna start talking with each other. So get on the phone, call the buyer so that mag-usap po kayo right there and then. Okay? Next. Now, choosing from available options. Now, it is natural that the buyer actually wanted to have more options. It is because he wants na mamili siya. He doesn't want to choose a property that eventually madidismaya lang siya. So, he is going to make the choices according to the options na available po na binibigay ni client, ni ahente. So on the part of the seller, our goal, the moment na na-identify at namili na ng option si buyer, ang goal naman natin is maipakita ang solusyon at mga benepisyo with regards to the project na nagustuhan niya. Okay? Di ba may magustuhan siya na project? So we will be able to present that project as a possible solution to the thing na hinahanap niya. At dapat maipakita natin ang benefit ng subdivision na yan. Ano bang meron sa subdivision na yan kung bakit ito yung pipiliin mo. You can always name the amenities. Ay naku ma'am, ang ganda ng amenities dito. Ang laki ng swimming pool. Ang ganda ng children's playground. Meron pa tayong gym. Meron tayong CCTV. Anything that makes the project unique and beautiful, those are actually the benefit na dapat mong maipakita doon sa kliyente natin. Okay? Kasi kung hindi mo maipakita yan, mawawalan po kasi ng value ang property na ino-offer mo. It would just be like the rest of the properties. Ano ba yung magiging kaibahan ng property na to? That is our goal, na makita ng mga buyers natin na ito yung kukunin ko kasi itong property na to ay naiiba sa ibang properties na nakita ko. Dapat yun yung ano niya eh. Dapat yun yung ma-capture niya eh. Diba guys? When there are unique feature in the house or in the subdivision or in the condominium, you highlight that. Okay? You highlight that. Next. Ito na, the buying or the purchasing na part. Ito yung mga kategorya ni buyer na medyo halata na gustong-gusto na niya yung property. Dapat ma-identify mo yan na ito mga buying signals na to. Okay? Ang respond po natin dyan, i-close na agad natin ang sale. Huwag mo nang patagalin. Huwag mo nang patagalin. Kasi nakita mo na eh. Nakita mo na yung interest. Nararamdaman mo na yung interest. Bakit mo nararamdaman? Kasi nag-usap kayo eh. Nagkita kayo. And the moment you sense it, go straight in closing the sale. Huwag ka nang magpatumpik-tumpik pa. Go ahead, move, and do the closing of the sale. Okay? So this is the entire process na nangyayari during the time na meron po kayong kliyente. Okay? So let's take a look at the selling process. Kasi ito yung trabaho natin eh. So ito po yung ginawan ko po ng Dppi sales process na match up. Okay? Dito sa sinasabi na identify the need, dito po ang gagawin natin is we are going to discuss the opportunity. Ano yung opportunity na meron? Ano yung properties na meron? Ano yung bahay na meron? Ano yung condo na meron? Ano bang meron dito? Ano bang kakaiba nito? Ano ba ang kaibahan sa condo na to, sa condo na yan? Sa bahay na to, sa bahay na yan? Ang location na to, ano ba yung advantage ng location na to? Gaano ba to ka-accessible? Gaano ba dito kaganda? Malapit ba to sa trabahoan ko? Hindi ba ako mahirapan sumakay? Those are just few of the questions that possibly yung buyer mo ay iniisip niya at the back of his mind, pero hindi lang niya nasabi sa iyo. Di ba? May mga cases pong ganon. Para tayong pulis dito, no? So it is important that you are able to talk. That's the reason why at an early part of the training, we told you, you download Viber, you download WhatsApp, you need to have a messenger communication, and you need to have a Zoom call. Why? It is because the first part of the process is actually discussing the opportunity. And how are you going to discuss it if you don't have the platform that you can use so that you will be able to talk? Okay? So you will really need the platform for that. Okay. Next, in presenting the solution and benefits, just it. Just present the solutions and benefits. Present what this house is all about. Present how huge the room is. Present how many CRs or how many bedrooms. Is there a lanai, or is there a garden? Is there a garage? Whatever is there, discuss it. Not just the house, but also the entire subdivision, the entire condominium. Meron tayong 2 service elevator at isang backup elevator. Meron tayong standby generator that can power up the whole building. Meron tayong CCTV in every floor. Those are the things that are unique to the project, and you need to highlight that so that it will capture the attention of your clients. Okay? Ang goal lang naman natin dyan is we are able to capture their attention, and further, it would create more of their curiosity. And lastly, you procure the sale or you get the sale and you implement the next step. What are the next steps? These are actually the documentation process that you and I will be needing to accomplish para po ma-approve ang mga loan ng mga buyers natin. Kasi kung hindi po yan ma-approve at hindi po sila marilisan, hindi rin tayo magkakapera. Hindi rin tayo kikita because our commission will always be based on those releases. Okay? So selling process and the PPI sales process. When you identify the need, you discuss the opportunity. Present the solution. Of course, present the solution. When you close the sale, just get the sale and please implement the next step. And that is gathering all the needed requirements in order for the loan to be approved. Because most of the time, ang mga buyers po natin, loan po yan. Okay? So let's take a look at steps in the Dppi sales presentation. Hold on for a while. I'll just go to the toilet. Just a little while. Okay, let's continue. So steps in the Dppi sales presentation process. We have here the discuss the opportunity, present clearly the solutions and benefit, procure the assistance, implement next step. So let's start with letter D. Discuss the opportunity. Understand the opportunity. Your client, your unique situation, your family, your sources, your income. It is better to discuss when you have the full understanding of your client. Kasi magmumukha kang tanga if you don't really know the entire story of your buyer. You summarize the client's need. No, ano ba yung gusto niya? Gusto niya 2-bedroom unit. Gusto niya 2-story. Gusto niya malapit sa school. Gusto niya nasa city lang. And those are the things that you're going to discuss with a possible client, with a possible prospect. Because what might have been written there is actually not familiar sa kanya at mahihirapan po siyang hanapin at i-identify yung rationale doon. Help the client recognize the opportunity to make more benefits to them. Itong mga matatanda natin, minsan ay hindi na natin napabibigyan talaga sa mga SSS or whatever. Which is kawawa naman. No? But itong mga kliyente natin, no matter where they are in their age, it is important that we need to give the utmost attention to our client, whether qualified siya or hindi. Okay? Saglit ha. I'm going to get a coffee. Saglit lang, saglit. Okay. Sorry ha, sorry. Okay. So, in discussing the tuloy tayo ha, in discussing the opportunity, importante po dito guys yung sensitivity. Okay? Take note ha, when you are going to discuss to your client, importante dito ang sensitivity. You need to help your client na ma-recognize niya kung ano ba talaga yung tunay na hinahanap niya sa property. There are a lot of cases na itong kliyente natin ay actually hindi niya talaga alam masyado kung ano ba talaga yung hinahanap niya. Now, ang meron lang natatatak sa isipan niya kay kung ano yung nakita niya doon sa post mo, akala niya na yung post na yon ay available kung saan-saan. That is the reason why there are cases na may mga buyers po tayo na maghanap ng property na ang hirap natin hanapan sila ng property because primarily yung property na hinahanap nila, number one, it doesn't exist. Number two, hindi swak doon sa gusto niyang mangyari. Let us say, for example, gusto kong i-quantify siya ha. Let's say, for example, in Cebu City. May mga panahon po tayo na may mga kliyente tayo na maghanap ng property within Cebu City at they are looking for a house and lot na nagkakahalaga ng 1 million pesos. Now, if you are from Cebu, I believe you understand what I am saying is that wala pong property that cost 1 million pesos in Cebu City right now. If there are houses in Cebu, probably it would cost around 15 to 30 million pesos. So yung hinahanap ng buyer mo na house and lot na property at 1 million pesos is just that it is not available. Now, may need siya. He is looking for a property in Cebu, probably because ang trabaho niya is nandyan sa Cebu. And probably because ang mga anak niya ay nag-aaral sa Cebu at gusto niyang malapit ang bahay niya sa mga school kung saan nag-aaral ang anak niya. Well, that is a valid reason, actually. That is a valid reason, but unfortunately, the one that he is looking at na presyo is actually not available. Now, you are the real estate agent of that client. You understand your total market. And that is the reason why I always encourage everyone to keep on attending PKS so that you will have an idea of the prices of the property within your area. So that you will have an understanding na ang property pala dito sa Cebu ay ganito na pala ang mga presyo. Why you need to know that? Because you are there to explain to your client that this is already the prevailing market prices sa area na hinahanapan mo. And in order to address doon sa gusto niyang mangyari, we will be able to present an alternative option. Okay? So, ano yung pwede nating sabihin? Ma'am, sir, these are the prices of the house and lot in Cebu. Then present facts, no? Bigay mo yung facts. However, if we really go and look for a property wherein you can stay with the price that you are looking for, and probably we can opt to go and find a condominium unit. Because there are condominium units that are priced at 1 million plus. And probably it would be suitable for you kasi malapit lang to sa school ng anak mo at malapit lang din sa opisina mo. So these are alternative and viable option kasi walang available doon sa hinahanap mo na property at sa pinahanap mo na presyo. So that's how you discuss opportunity. And that's the reason why you don't have to stay in the chat box. You need to call, you need to be in the messenger, you need to be in WhatsApp, you need to be in Viber so that you can call. Ang tawag po doon, engagement. Dapat na-engage mo talaga si kliyente. Kasi kung hindi mo ma-engage si kliyente, malaki po ang tsansa na ito po ay maagaw ng ibang ahente na nakakausap talaga niya. Let us say for example, may isang kliyente, meron siyang dalawang agent. Yung isa ay nag-chat lang, ang yung isa ay tumawag. Whom do you think ang i-entertain niya? Ay yung parating nag-chat o yung tumawag? Well, definitely yung tumawag. Diba? He's going to entertain the one na tumawag. So kung ikaw yung nag-chat, I'm sorry, ang benta ay hindi mapupunta sa iyo. Kahit ikaw pa ang nauna, kahit ikaw pa ang magdamag na nagka-chat dyan, dahil hindi kayo nagkausap, mas attached talaga siya doon sa tao na nakakausap niya. Okay? Hold on ha, I'll get my coffee. Sorry ha. Medyo coffee lover kasi ako at this point at this time kasi I love to drink coffee. So kayo din, kape din kayo diyan ha. So you get my point? If merong isang kliyente, ang isa is na-chat lang niya ang agent, ang isa is nakakausap niya, then definitely he's going to go to the person na nakakausap niya. So if you're going to ask me why is it na ngayon wala ka pang benta, it's because yung inquiry na meron ka, sinachat mo lang. Hello? Sir Joff, wala pa akong benta. Maraming nag-inquire pero wala akong benta, Sir Joff. Oh, talaga? Bakit nakausap mo na? Yun ang hindi natin nagawa. 2 days ago, I was chatting to one of our agents somewhere in I think that's, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere in Negros. And she shared na marami na siyang inquiry. Well, I was happy because she has a lot of inquiry. But on the other hand, I was also thinking behind my back na if ganun karami, bakit hindi na-close? And I can only draw one conclusion to that. Kasi hindi niya nakakausap. Nag-chat lang sila. So if you have an inquiry right now, right there, right now, if you have an inquiry doon sa Facebook ads na ginawa mo, don't stay there. Call them. Ulitin ko ha. Don't stay there. Call them. Because that is actually the missing link why we cannot engage our customers, okay, or our clients. Okay. Now, let's go to the process of talking. In questioning. There are only 2 types of questions that you're gonna be using or two types of questioning na gagamitin mo the moment kaharap mo na yung kliyente. It's actually the open-ended question and the close-ended question. Ang close-ended question, madali lang po yun. Answerable lang ng yes or no. Diba? Kumbaga, magtatanong ka, ma'am, ito ba yung gusto mo? 2-bedroom? Sasagot si buyer, yes. Ma'am, gusto mo ba nasa Lapu-Lapu City? Yes. Ma'am, gusto mo ba ang project, ma'am, na condominium? Yes. Gusto mo ba ang bahay? Yes. No. Ganon lang ang sagot niya, yes or no. With the open-ended question, these are questions that will solicit more information coming from the buyer. Dito mo siya pakikinggan. Gagamitin mo lang yung close-ended question para i-validate mo yung mga narinig mo. Di ba nagbabato ka ng open-ended questions? So sumasagot siya. Maraming sagot niya. Sa sobrang dami ng sagot niya, ngayon i-validate mo. I-validate mo yan gamit ang yes or no questioning. Okay, let's say for example, ito po sa 5W1H. Okay? 5W1H. Ito po yung method of questioning sa open-ended question. So ano ba yung 5W and 1H? Okay. What, when, where, why, what, when, where, why? Ay, sorry ha, nalito na tuloy ako. Which, okay. What, when, where, why, which. Okay? What, when, where, why, which. Yan yung 5W. At yung 1H ay how. What, when, where, why, and which. Okay? Yan. Example, nasa harap mo. Which is the best location for you para tirahan or investment na unit? So nagtanong ka. Alin ba yung gusto mo, ma'am? Yung tirahan mo lang or for investment? Ano ba yung problema mo sa current na tinitirahan mo? So why do you have problems with your existing dwelling place or dwelling unit or tinitirahan mo? Alam mo, pag sasagot sila sa mga 5W question, mahaba yan. Kilometric ang sagot dyan. So mahaba, maraming kwento yan. So sa sobrang daming kwento na yan, i-validate mo ng close-ended question. So paano? Ma'am, tama ba ako? Ang hinahanap mo ay property para upahan, para investment? Oh, yes. When you use a close-ended question, it is a form of questioning that you are validating. Nag-validate po kayo. Okay? Nag-validate ka. Ma'am, tama po ba, ma'am? Naghanap ka ng matitirahan kasi doon sa lugar na tinitirahan mo ngayon, parating bumabaha. Yes, parating bumabaha. So ngayon, alam mo na yung problema. Ay, bumabaha. Ito yung problema niya. Dapat ma-highlight mo yan doon sa project na ibebenta mo. Alam mo, ma'am, ang ganda ng project na to. Ang project na to, ma'am, equipped with drainage to, ma'am, at saka ang lalim ng drainage natin. At itong drainage na to, ma'am, ay diretso talaga doon, connected to the main drainage ng city. So hindi po tayo mag-experience talaga dito ng baha. Bakit mo hin-highlight ang drainage? Because ang problema niya is baha eh. Na-validate mo na ang problema niya sa tinitirahan niya is baha. So dapat doon sa bagong lilipatan niya, of course, hindi dapat babaha. Di ba? So anong nangyari dito? You are trying to put in solutions to the problem na meron si buyer or si client or si lead. Kasi gano'n naman always eh. We are here to be the solution to the problem of our leads or our clients. Okay? So open-ended questions. Okay? Open-ended question and close-ended question. Partner po yan. So you help your client recognize the opportunity. And to summarize it, you are going to take a look at every possible need na naipresenta niya sa iyo. And you are going to build up based on that need to create an opportunity. Okay? So your priority is to get nearer to your, ito is example. So ma'am, yung prioridad mo pala ay dapat malapit ka sa trabahoan mo. Di ba? The reason why you're going to capture and summarize everything so that you will be able to know alin ba ang dapat na project ang dapat kong ibato dito. Okay? So i-build up mo. Build up mo yung conversation. At itong mga ways na to guys, I'm sorry, hindi to niyo magawa sa chat-chat lang. You've got to talk to your client. You've got to talk to your client. So get and dial that messenger, get and dial that WhatsApp or Viber number. Okay? So that's discussing the opportunity. Then let's go to the next. Present clearly the solutions and benefit. Okay. Now, alam mo na ngayon kung ano yung hinahanap ng buyer mo. And from that engagement, ngayon, maghahanap ka na ngayon ng possible na property na i-offer mo sa kanya. Now, you're going to make those presentations. You're going to make it as simple as possible. And of course, you're going to make it as understandable as possible. Because this time, you will gonna be presenting solution sa kanya. So you need to describe how the solution addresses the situations and opportunity. Dapat briefly describe how your idea works. Talk about the features and benefit of the project. Ano ba yung mga feature na meron ang bahay na to or yung condo na to? Ano ba yung magiging benepisyo pag dito ako titira? Be ready for your sales script or other materials na kakailanganin mo. The moment na magkita kayo para i-present ang project na yan, dapat nag-ready ka rin kung ano yung mga sasabihin mo. Don't go there na hindi ka ready. Don't go and meet up sa kliyente mo na hindi ka prepared. Suntok sa buwan yan. Okay? So in short, before you're going to go into the war, you're going to prepare all the needed information na kakailanganin mo. Okay? Gather all the brochures na kinakailangan, gather all the inventories na meron ka, get onto the price list so that you will know what are the current prices of the property na binibenta mo. In short, just be ready when you go there. Okay? Now, when we are going to present opportunities versus the solution, always remember this. An opportunity describes the potential for gain and benefit. This is how are we going to take a look at it na. Itong kliyente na to, may problema to, may gustong i-address, and dito, this would be my advantage because I will be able to present a solution dito sa kliyente na to, and in return, dito ako magkakapera. Always get the clients to agree that there is a compelling opportunity. Dapat mapa-oo mo si kliyente na dapat ito ang solusyon doon sa problema na hinahanap niya. Now, a solution describes the sales action required to realize the benefit. Ito yung mga realization on the part of the client na makita niya, tama, ito yung hinahanap ko, ito yung gusto ko, ito yung property na hinahanap ko kasi ito yung magsosolve sa problema ko sa baha. Ito ang no-no, never begin a sales presentation by discussing solution. You begin your presentation by identifying the needs of your client. Doon talaga mag-uumpisa yan. Because the moment you know kung ano yung need ni kliyente, alam mo kung ano yung solution na maibigay mo, you will never be able to present solution to your client unless, always remember, unless you know kung ano ba yung kailangan niya. Kung hindi mo alam kung ano yung kailangan niya, forget it. You definitely going to offer projects na hindi talaga para sa kanya. So anong mangyari if you're able to offer projects na hindi talaga para sa kanya? Well, the answer is you get to know. So how are you going to do that? Well, you talk, you discuss and talk to your client so that you will be able to know what are the opportunities available or what are the needs na meron siya. So in explaining the solution, remember this. When you offer the project, when you offer a certain property, remember, brief. Be brief. Ang acronym ko dito is KISS. KISS. Keep it short and simple. Keep it short and simple. Ang gusto lang makita ni buyer ay nasagot ba yung hinahanap niya. So go straight to the point so that maikli lang and clear. Solutions can be any of the following areas: making the right location or unit available, making clients aware na ito yung available, making clients aware of the fair pricing na meron ang project na to, and of course, na ma-secure ang pinaka-best location para sa convenience na hinahanap niya. And there are more reasons why your projects na in-offer mo could be the possible solution doon sa mga problema niya. But the bottom line, when you offer it to your client, when you present it to your client, please be brief, clear. In short, keep it simple. No? Keep it simple. The simpler it is, the better it is. Okay? The simpler it is, the better it is. So, don't just walk in with a solution, but show to them that you understand his needs and opportunity. Hindi ka lang basta-basta doon pumupunta, nagkikita kayo at sinabi mo agad, hello ma'am, good morning. Dito yung project na sinasabi ko. Ito yun, 2 bedroom, may garage. No. It will sound like a pressure selling. There has to be a certain touch of communication so that the buyer will feel that you are really sincerely there to help and address the needs and opportunities na meron ka. Dapat mararamdaman niya by the moment you ask those questions that you are really sincere in finding the solution to every problem na meron siya sa paghahanap ng property. And you are able to present and suggest relevant choices para doon sa gusto niyang pipiliin na project. Hindi lang nagpe-present ka ng project for the sake of selling. That is actually pressure selling. And most likely, pag nape-pressure ang tao na binibentahan mo siya, the tendency, the most common response ng kliyente natin is actually to say, no. Diba? Kahit ikaw ayaw mong ma-pressure na bentahan eh. Ikaw mismo, di ba? You don't want to be pressured. You just want to be left alone to decide whether bibili ka or not. I mean, that's who we are, actually. We don't want to be pressured in terms of buying things. When you explain the benefit, every client, remember this, every client has a unique situation. When you present to them the projects, bear in mind that ang bawat kliyente na nakakausap mo ay may mga unique na situations. Always describe your solution in a way that it addresses their specific needs or unique situation. Dapat mapuntarya mo talaga kung ano yung specific na gusto niya at specific na kailangan niya at doon mo siya titirahin sa solusyon na binibigay mo. Do this by describing the solution features. Pakita mo yung feature sa bahay na yan, feature sa condo na yan, feature sa subdivision na yan, feature sa condominium na yan. Stress the benefits to your client. It's always the benefit of the client. Ano ba yung pakikinabangan ni kliyente dito? Ano bang meron sa project neto na makikinabang ang kliyente, hindi yung ahente. Okay? Because if the buyer really feels that he gets more of what he pays, then definitely he's going to buy. Diba? Ulitin ko if the client feels that he's going to get more than what he pays for, then definitely he's going to buy the property that you are offering. Bakit? Because nakita niya yung value na binibigay mo. Na-stress out mo yung benefit na dapat niyang makita. Dapat yun yung yun yung pinaka-objective talaga Makita niya yung benefit ng property na to. And the moment makita niya ang benefit ng property na yan, then definitely he's going to avail the property. Okay? Provide the details. Okay? Offer the appropriate information based on the individual client. Then ask if the client has any question as you present the details. So, ito yung sinasabi ko. When you meet your client, huwag po kayong makipagkita kung hindi po kayo ready, kung hindi po kayo handa. Instead na makukuha niyo po yung kliyente, madidismaya po yung kliyente. And we don't want to reach that point that the client na magiging dismayado. Kasi once magiging dismayado si kliyente, mas lalo po siyang hindi kukuha sa iyo. Talk to your uplines. Call the BDMs. Call the marketing officers. Kulitan portion. Kung hindi ka masagot ni upline, call again. Kung hindi ka masagot ni BDM, call again. Kung hindi ka masagot ni marketing officer, call again. Just get those information na kailangan mo. Never meet your client with no information at all. Wala kang bit-bit na bala. Talo ka dyan. You lose. Believe me. Okay? So, nakadalawa na tayo. Discuss the opportunity, present clearly the solution. The third one is get the sale. Now, procure the sale or close the sale or get the sale. Dito, kailangan sensitive ka na makita yung mga buying signal. Mga gesture ng kliyente na ready na to buy. And besides, ikaw itong gagawa ng mga hakbang na ma-close mo talaga yung sale. You're not just going to wait for the buyer to say na, oy, bibili ako. Oy, agent, bibili na ako. No. You will be the one to initiate the process, the steps, so that he will be enticed to reserve, to buy, or to get the unit. Okay? Ikaw yung may dala ng nobela this time. Now, stop selling pag nakita mo na ang mga signs na itong buyer na to is ready to buy already. Wag ka nang in short, wag ka nang magpakatanga diyan. Wag ka nang magdaldal-daldal diyan. Well, in fact, he is ready to buy. Stop selling. Proceed in closing the sale. Go on and bring him to the frying pan. Lutuin mo na 'yan. Di ba? Kasi luto na 'yan. Kainin mo na. Okay? So, you ask questions, no? You ask questions so that he answers. Then, and if he asks questions back, then that's the time that you're going to decipher it. Parang ano na to eh. Parang papunta na kami doon eh. Parang ganon. So these are just few questions na probably magtatanong yung buyer natin, di ba? Magkano ba 'yan? Kailan ba ako makapag-move in? Yung mga tanong na 'yon, kailan ako makapag-move in? Meaning, there is an interest in his mind. Why he's going to ask kailan mag-move in? There is an interest in his mind that he's really going to buy a property. He just wanted to know kung kailan siya makakalipat. Magtanong ng how much. It's a buying signal. Kasi if you're not going to think about how much it is, then definitely you're not planning anything. No? Pag nagsasalita na si kliyente ng mga plano niya kung kailan siya mag-move in, then that's a good signal. Na ito talaga bibili na to kasi nagpaplano na kailan makalipat eh. Talking about kung malapit ba to sa office o school ng mga bata. And if nakikita mo na medyo affirmative, positive na ito talaga yung hinahanap niya kasi malapit sa school at malapit sa opisina niya, well, that's good. Yung mga galaw, body language, no? Uupo, tatayo, titingin sa computations, kukunin yung price list, ilang beses titingnan, kukunin yung form, yun yung mga gestures na gano'n. Be aware of that kasi yun ang mga buying signal. Okay? There are few closing technique that I use actually. Yung mga trial close, yung susubukan mong i-close ba? Nag-tripping kayo, magkasama kayo, nasa project site kayo, tatanungin niyo si buyer na, ma'am, ano sa tingin mo sa project na to? Yeah. Mga direct question na pwede mong itanong, ma'am, would you like me to prepare the reservation agreement para pagpunta natin sa opisina, pipirma na lang kayo? Mga things like that. Or probably i-assume mo na, ma'am, alin ba dito ang napili mo? Ito bang block 1, lot 1 or ito bang block 1, lot 2? And the moment mag-i-entertain si buyer at mamili siya between doon sa choices na binigay mo, take note of it. buying signal na po yun. Dapat at this time, mabilis ka, mag-isip, mag-observe. And in the process of trying to close it, you will be able to identify na bingo, ito talaga, magre-reserve na talaga to. At marami pang mga ways or in order for you to be able to close the sale. Sense of urgency, no, importante yan. Ma'am, I don't know, ma'am, I'm sorry ma'am, no, but I really have to tell you this. Doon sa block na gusto mo na kunin, ma'am, merong 2 na lang pong natira. Itong isa na to at saka yan. I don't know, ma'am, if how this will sound to you. Meron kasing nandun ngayon sa opisina na magre-reserve, tapos ito na lang yung isa ang magiging bakante. And ang dami po kasi naming agent na gusto ang property na ibenta na to eh. So baka, ma'am, maubusan tayo. Ano yun? Sense of urgency. Make him feel na paubos na. Make him feel na paubos na. And you've got to grab it. No? Kailangan mo talagang sunggaban kasi paubos na yung available. Okay? So tips to secure the sale. Now, buying signals can happen anywhere in the sales presentation. The moment makita mo yan, stop selling, close the deal. Pag merong mga no na sinasabi ang buyer mo, it's just actually probable objection na gusto niyang, or probable question na gusto niyang linawin. Now, dig into that by asking more questions so that lilitaw talaga kung ano talaga yung real reason kung bakit hindi pa siya makapag-decide. Maintain yung positive na attitude mo the moment makipag-usap ka sa kliyente. No? Never put in the negativity in you. Iwanan niyo po yung mga negatibo sa bahay ninyo. No? Or better yet, itapon mo na yan. At alam mo, dito po sa pagkuklose ng sale, wala po namang 1, 2, 3 dito eh. Wala naman po talagang how-tos at wala naman talagang steps to follow. What is important here is marunong kang makiramdam. That's my piece of advice. I cannot give you a how-tos in closing the sale. I cannot give you, ito yung step 1, ito yung step 2, ito yung step 3, step 4, step 5, because there is none. The only thing I can give to you, the simple tip that I can give you based on the personal experience that I have, simple lang. Huwag kang manhid. That's it. Huwag kang manhid. Pakiramdaman mo. And the moment maramdaman mo yan, go ahead, close it. Wala nang pakeme-keme. Proceed. Pakiramdaman mo. Okay? So that's procuring your sale. So nakatatlo na tayo. Discuss the opportunity, present clearly the solution, and procure the sale. The last one is implement the next step. Now, in implementing the next step, kasi dito, close mo ng sale eh, nag-reserve na eh. This time, you're going to communicate everything that needs to be communicated to your client. And of course, make it clear na meron pa kayong mga gagawin dito kasi ito po ay isang loan. So may mga documentation po tayong gagawin dito. Para ma-communicate mo talaga ng maayos. Okay? Now, let's take a look at the requirements for the loan. So kasi ito po yung implement next steps talaga eh. After na makapag-reserve si kliyente, most of the things that we're gonna be doing is on the documentation process. Now remember, this is very important because if we cannot go through the process of documentation, medyo matatagalan din ang magiging komisyon natin kasi nakasalalay din po yan dito. Okay. Now what are those? Isa-isahin ko lang ha because this is very important. Now, in the case of Pag-ibig or bank, of course, mayroon pong housing loan application po yan. Now, most of the housing loan application will always be needing 1x1 ID picture, kadalasan 4 pieces with white background. Okay? If Pag-ibig po, kailangan po ng MSVS, Member Status Verification Slip. Yun po yung ibig sabihin ng MSVS. Member Status Verification Slip. Ano pong purpose diyan? Para makita po ng developer na itong buyer na to ay Pag-ibig member at nag-qualify siya doon sa requirement ng 24 months monthly contribution. Okay? That's the purpose, exactly. Yung MSBS na yan, the purpose lang dyan is to be able to establish na itong buyer na to is qualified for the 24 months monthly requirement, contribution ng requirement ng pag-ibig loan. Of course, fill up ng form. Okay? Notarized na COE with compensation. Okay? So with compensation. Okay? Certificate of employment with compensation. These are for the employed people. Now, in the case of these business people, yung DTI, yung SEC or business permit sa mga self-employed, ITR is required. Now, both for the employed and both for the employed and the self-employed, ITR is required, or 2316. For those that are employed, 1 month payment, latest authenticated payslip na merong nakalagay ng company representative or contact details ng signatory ng payslip. Okay? Then pag-ibig, latest printout of contribution. So ito madali lang. Pag-ibig lang naman ito kukunin. Printout. Okay? Printout. Next, ito. Employment contract with English translation in foreign language. Ito po sa mga OFW. May mga kontrata po. Let's say for example, sa Japan, in Japan siya nakasulat. In the Middle East, nasa Arabo po siya nakasulat. Whatever form of language that the contract is being exercised, dapat meron siyang English translation with it. Okay. Then employment certificate of income, ito po yung original at saka photocopy. These are for locally employed. Now, if this is an overseas Filipino worker, photocopy of passport ng arrival at saka departure niya. Yung nakatatak. Then proof of billing, no, certification by owner if renting, no. So kung ang billing naman ay sa iyo, ito yung kuryente, tubig, telephone bill, cable, at ano pa. Kung hindi naman ikaw ang nagmamay-ari kasi nagre-rent ka, yung may-ari ng bill ay magpa-authorize ka, no, certification. Then photocopy of valid ID for both the borrower and spouse with 3 specimen signature. Kung may asawa na, both is required para po sa mga ID. So, yung asawa, yung husband at saka wife, dapat may 3 signature yung ID nila na naka-photocopy. If married, of course, marriage contract. If single, birth certificate at saka ngayon nire-require na ang sinumar. Okay? Marriage contract, pag single, birth certificate plus sinumar. Okay? So, then kung meron kayong representative kasi nasa ibang lugar kayo, nasa ibang bansa or nasa ibang town, kung meron kayong representative kung saan magre-reserve, mag-i-execute po ng special power of attorney if the borrower or co-borrower cannot come personally doon sa transaction ng developer. SPA needs to be consularized or red ribbon for OFW. O, doon sa mga OFW, kailangan po siyang ma-consularize or ma-red ribbon doon sa mga OFW sa embassy kung anong country sila present. Okay? So, ganun po yun. I don't know, kasi ang bagong name ng red ribbon ngayon ay apostille. So, whatever country is that, they just have to go there. Okay? So these are actually the requirement. Actually, the requirement actually is shared both by Pag-ibig and the bank. Pare-pareho lang po yung requirements nila. Okay. So these are actually the things na ipag-prepare ng kliyente nyo. At these are the things na kukunin mo at ipsasubmit doon sa opisina ng developer. Dito po papasok yung serbisyo natin. So to make it clear, right after the closing of the sale, right after the reservation, dapat itong mga requirements na to ay ma-discuss mo talaga doon sa possible buyer mo. Okay? So key summary points, I'll summarize and I'll end it with this one. Questioning techniques, you master it. Okay? The open-ended question and the closed-ended question. That is where you're going to digest and know what are the real reason why our client buys such a property. Is it for residential purposes na gagamitin niya or is it for investment purposes? And out of the need na ibibigay sa kanila, ibabigay nila sa atin, we will build up on those opportunity so that we will be able to identify kung anong project na dapat nating i-offer sa kanila. suitable according to those needs na meron siya. And the moment we already know what are the projects na i-offer natin sa kanila, we need to be able to clearly communicate it to them. Discuss to them the opportunity na ini-establish natin sa kanila. Dapat maipakita natin ang benefit sa project na in-offer natin sa kanila. Ano yung mga unique selling feature ng project na to? Ano bang advantages na meron ito, yung mga benefit? Okay? And the moment mag-present po tayo doon sa kliyente natin, always remember, we need to keep it short and simple, understandable, easy to digest. Okay? The moment you're going to identify na the buying signal ng mga kliyente natin, stop selling and proceed in closing the sale. That is the time that you're going to procure the sale. After the reservation, make sure that you are able to discuss to your client what are the things that he needs to prepare, especially for the documentation process. Either it would be for Pag-ibig or for bank, most likely it will share the same document. Lastly, highlight some powerful benefits for the client. Kasi nandun talaga ang pinaka quote-unquote push for the sale pag nakita niya na lamang ako dito sa nabili ko na property. Okay? So these are the key summary points of our discussion today. Tomorrow on our part 3, we will be discussing how are we going to overcome objections. Okay? So I will close with this one. Now, in the science of selling, there is no right and wrong. You just have to try it, experiment on it. Look at what are the things that work. Look at and observe the things that doesn't work. Now, selling has no definite steps like 1, 2, 3. Selling reflects the kind of personality na meron ka. There are people that when they sell, medyo maboka sila. Why? Because it's their personality. They are an outgoing person. They are an extrovert person. But there are also people na introvert. Tahimik lang. But it doesn't mean na hindi sila makakabenta. They have their own strength. They have their own capacity in order for them to get and capture the sale. In short, work on your personality. Don't copy someone else's style. Huwag niyong kopyahin yung style ko kasi hindi kayo ako. I'm not going to copy your style also because I am not you. And the buyers actually love authentic people. Ang gusto ng tao actually yung authentic, yung real, yung totoo. Ayaw ng tao ng pretentious people. So the more authentic you are, the more you will be able to connect to the client. In the science of selling, a lot of people are actually looking at the skills on how to sell. Well, I will suggest to you, for me, skills is nothing. Skill is nothing. What is important in selling is you will be able to be sensitive on the buyer's emotion. Because if you are sensitive on the buyer's emotion, you will be able to hit. No, you will be able to hit yung tinatawag natin na pain zone. Yung pain zone, pag natira mo yan, pag nakuha mo yan sa kliyente, mararamdaman niya ang sinseridad mo. At pag nararamdaman niya ang sinseridad mo, madali niyang makita ang benefit ng project na ino-offer mo. A lot of salespeople are too consumed of how good they are in presenting. Well, I'm sorry to say, it is a factor that you know best with your project. But it is also important that you are sensitive enough to determine the emotion of your client. Kaya nga sabi ko one important ingredient of selling is actually the ability to empathize. Yung empathy ba? If you're gonna put yourself in the shoe of your client, you will be able to understand perfectly how are you going to address it. So if you're not going to put yourself in the shoe of your client, you will only be talking on your own side. Okay? The sales process na meron tayo, Dppi, remember this. DPPI. Discuss the opportunity. Ano yung pinaka-suggestion? Don't stay in the chat box. Go ahead, dial that messenger and call. Dial that WhatsApp and call. Dial that Viber and call. Don't stay in the chat box chatting. No? Sales process, DPPI, discuss the opportunity. How are you going to discuss? In the chat? No. You're going to discuss via call. Marami naman tayong calling platform. Number 2, present the solution. When you present the solution, you don't present and go and just talk to the client even if you're not ready. Gather all the information that you will be needing, then present to the client. How? KISS. Keep it short and simple. Kung hindi mo magawa ang magiging keep it short and simple, KISS, alam mo, ang tawag ko sa iyo, KISS din. Keep it short, stupid. Kumbaga, no? The buyer doesn't want your lengthy explanation. The buyer wants your direct explanation that hits exactly what he is really looking. So keep it short and simple. Simply at claro. Okay? Another P, procurement of sale. Get the sale. When the buyer is ready to buy, sense the signal and you identify it because nararamdaman mo, huwag ka nang magsalita. Go ahead and proceed in closing the sale. And the last one, this is where our service counts, is when we implement the next step. Discuss to your client all the requirements, the documents that you will be needing in order for you to process the loan. Discuss it one by one. Check it as much as possible kung anong meron na available dyan and get it and submit it para alam na lang ni kliyente kung ano yung kulang at dapat niyang i-comply. The soonest possible time na ma-comply ni kliyente ang mga kailangan na dokumento, the better it is for the client and the better it is for both of us. So yun lang ang intindihin nyo, DPPI. Discuss the opportunity, present the solution, procure the sale, and implement next step. Pag na-remember mo always yan, I guarantee you, you will be able to serve our client fully and satisfactorily. Okay? So thank you very much for your time today. I'll upload the video in YouTube, then I'll share it right afterwards. Then please do share it to your team so that they will be able to at least review what we have discussed today. And tomorrow, we are going to go for the part 3 of the basic selling skills, and we will be talking how are you going to handle objections. Thank you, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.